do I feel good today? What is up, DTL Universe? It is a beautiful Wednesday here in, oh my goodness, let me check my notes. It is July 10th, 2024. We are absolutely getting through the dog days of summer. We're getting down to the end of soccer. We got a little baseball, but we're getting through it. And what are we doing? We're doing it together. Now, if you didn't watch DTL Golf yesterday, you know we picked the last two winners in a row. I will have a pick live here on the show. It will not show up on the recap screen because all of you who are lazy and don't watch us live, you lost on two catches yesterday. I told you right here live on the show. Spain, do not bet. Check mark. Phillies blew out the Dodgers. 10-1, I think was the final. We got it live here on the show. Hashtag it pays to watch live. What about the rest of our plays yesterday? Because our transparency is absolutely on point. Soupy, well, we had a rain out. My other play was a rain out, as was his prop. Charles, 1-1, and then Raphael picking a game that was also having weather issues. Now, I see some of you in the chatter already. Coach, are you looking into the headlights? Some of you are very concerned about AB, and he is going 7 days a week. He took a nice day off. And so now, let's bring him in because he is back today looking like $1 million. Back today. All kinds of energy. AB, good morning, sir. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Yeah, I like Russell Johnson's approach. Yeah, I'm back after a one-day suspension. Back.
We're back, baby. All right, we got a lot to get to today. We've got a couple of good topics coming up and educate and entertain. What are the choices for our Howie Schwab crew play of the day?
Well, we've got a few choices here from Major League Baseball, which everybody's saying is brutally hard to bet, and I'm going to explain why here in just a little while. But your first four options are this. Number one, Cubs, Orioles over 8.5. Guardians, Tigers over 8. Dodgers, Phillies, as you mentioned, Coach, over 9. And the Rangers, Angels over 9. So you got some options here. Some nice little totals to play with on a Wednesday. Polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show.
I like it. Rue, he notices something, AB. He says, my boy AB with the hat to the back. These picks are about to be lit. We're going old school AB today, baby. Old school AB.
I like
now,
it.
Here's my issue, AB.
Yo.
Is that you grind more than any of us because you do our weekend show. I'm here weekdays every day unless I have to travel for work to spread the brand like last week, and I'm going to miss one day this week. But yet, we have two people who are normally here on Wednesday, Seabass, DG. They said, hey, I'm busy. Can't be bothered. I got vacation, got the kids. But look who's in the chat right now. Live and in living color, AB, Seabass, and DG. Your thoughts?
It's kind of like when, like if you were staying home sick from school, right? But then like you were just like texting with your friends, like during school, the teacher's like, what are they doing? Why aren't you just here?
Right. Or you're playing on your Xbox when you're supposed to be sick. My son has done that before. All right, you guys need to vote on the crew play of the day because we all play it together, but I've got two guys that are absolutely chomping at the bit. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for DTL. Throw out the picks. Let's go. Oh, shout out to Catching Cash back in the chat today. I saw you guys on the Twitter. Also cashing the Davis Thompson last week as well. So keep that stuff coming. I need you guys to hit the like button for me. And we need to welcome in this morning the man who has been carrying us through Euros 2024. The man from the Dirty. Charles, good afternoon. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach, chat, crew. Euros has been a little tricky. I want to congratulate you on your Spain play. Outstanding call, 2-1. Imagine if you had that exact score. I think that went off at a plus 1,000. So that could have been another notch in your belt loop as well. But hey, excited about today.
It could be, but I'm not selfish, Charles. I'll take the one dub. You know what I mean? I'll take it.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
So clearly Charles does not get our 15 seconds. Who does get it today? Well, let's come over here. This man doesn't get it today. Raphael, you got rained out last night. Good morning, sir.
Hey, a rain out is just like a win. You don't lose. You get your money back. So I was happy, just like a push and a draw. I mean, it's like playing Pai Gow poker for sports betting. So I enjoy a rain out. So it was fun. Cubs beat Baltimore, so it was a weird evening last night. And the Cubs scored 9 runs. I can't remember the last time they scored 9 runs.
But is it really weird for the Orioles to lose these days? I feel like they're losing every single day.
Hey, Coach, let me say this. Last week, I said right on Twitter that the Orioles have some problems coming that nobody sees coming, and Orioles fans trashed me on Twitter. How's it feeling now, huh? Those whoopings are starting to come a little bit more often. You're going to see it. If you don't see it now, you're going to see it soon. You've got a problem that nobody knows about.
Well, by the way, DG and Seabass are teaming up in the chat to try to validate both of them missing the show today. DG says, Coach told me the DTL retreat was in Austin this week. Is it not? No, we're actually all in Dallas right now. DG, you're the only idiot that's in Austin, Texas. All right, let's get into it. Because when I look at our rundown today, Charles, I have a feeling. I just have a feeling that today both are going to hit. So I'm not going to step in. I'm not going to give this as one of my live plays in the show, but I know you will. Charles, start us off.
And the semifinals wrap up today with 2 European giants. The Netherlands, they proved to be a solid dark horse, winning 3 of their 5 matches and scoring at least 2 goals in 4 of those encounters. England, they entered the tournament as favorites to win it all and have only won once, failing to score more than 2 goals in any of those 5 fixtures in regulation time, barely getting into the Final Four. And the 3 Lions are once again the betting favorites, despite their obvious flaws. Yet, the Dutch still get little respect while looking like a clinical unit. I'm going right back to the same plays as Tuesday as I see a 1-1 type final score line and potential of extra time. So both teams to score and the full-time draw. Netherlands, England, 3 p.m. Eastern. And, Coach, I also have a Stay on Your Toes live play, a live show play as well. This is in the Champions League qualifier. So I was inspired by your live play as well. So this is Ludogorets and Dinamo Patusi, the over 3. No. Hey, the over 3. Hey, and DraftKings is offering Asian lines as well. So all those that were saying that they couldn't get Asian lines at these American sports books as well. So DraftKings also offers those along with Bet365. So like I said, Champions League qualifiers, and it's the main team is Ludogorets over 3 full-time goals.
So to be clear, what are we calling this? Stay on your what play?
Stay on your toes, live show play.
he's branding his own play. Stay on your toes, live show play. All right, I'll call it that too. It might not exactly roll off the tongue, but we'll give it a shot. AB, by the way, while Charles was actually grinding for the crew, Frick and Frack over here in the chat are trying to talk about, I got 25 new Facebook friends, as instead of getting ready for the show, they're doing some tag team cooking challenge on YouTube last night, apparently. But they got those 25 Facebook friends.
Well, hey, you know what? Glad that they got those. All right. They didn't have to paper the house. All right. They sold it out. Number 2, I like Charles. I think Charles might have just threatened all of us. I think a stay on your toes. Like, you can take that any way that you want, which is 100% down. I'm with that. So there we go.
That was right between the eyes. That was right between the eyes. All right. So, Charles, I actually agree with you. When I was doing my next level soccer capping, I came up with the same 2 plays. So I'm not going to do any more there. Raphael, let me come over to you, big boy, because if there's one person that is not staying away from the Caitlin Clark frenzy, it is our numbers guy. Talk to me, sir.
I'm going to bonus plays tomorrow. I'm going to release some ESPY Award plays tomorrow, but that's another story. We're going with Caitlin Clark today. Points, rebounds, and assists to over 32. I was a little bit shocked that this number was this low. I mean, they played Washington twice. She's hit this number twice. She scored 18 points and 30 points against Washington. Her last 5 games, 3 of them have gone over this total, the number of 32. So I think she has a big game as assists and rebounds, not points, but I think her assists and rebounds is the reason why this one goes over 32. I'll lay the 3 nickels on this one. And then I'll give you my NBA Summer League play today. I'm taking Miami minus 4.5 over the New York Yankees of Summer League, the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers scored 68 points in their last Summer League game. They stink right now. They have no bench. They had I think no player scored 20 points in that game. Miami had back-to-back players to score over 22 points. Their rookie center, Ware, was dominant. I think he had 12 rebounds. I just see Miami easily rolling over the New York Yankees of Summer League, the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm a big summer league guy, but did you see the atmosphere in Salt Lake City last night?
Oh, whew,
Oh my
man,
God. It's like, and if you're an
crickets.
announcer, you get a chance to be on ESPN, have a pulse. Damn, have a pulse. That was embarrassing. My God. All right. So apparently we're calling it Stay on Your Toes live plays moving forward. Kind of the brand Charles within the brand, if you know what I mean. So I got 3 big plays today. I do think Tom Kim wins the Scottish Open. I believe that. But we already picked him on DTL Golf. So I'm going to little lower down on the odds board. And Ryan Fox, can I make it 3 in a row? Plus 7,000? That remains to be seen, but that's my official play along with Tom Kim. I'm backing that one up. Then I got 2 baseball plays today. Phillies. I told you yesterday they're going to make a statement. And it doesn't matter what the Dodgers do yesterday. It doesn't matter what they're doing today. Minus 140, we're playing the Phillies again. And then the Rangers, 25 minutes from where I'm sitting right now against the Angels. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I like the pitching matchup a lot for the Rangers. Texas starting to get things going again. I'm going to lay the 40 cents on the Rangers as well. Let's go 2-0 on our daily picks today. Now, AB, certainly it's the dog days. But we're starting to pick up our check marks just a little bit. And I know that the Mets, bullied by the fact that the big man is going to be in the home run derby on Monday, are going to score a lot of runs tonight. Sir, you're up.
Pete Alonso is having some issues because the Mets scored a ton of runs last night for the first time ever. And Pete Alonso, 0 for 4. My man is not feeling it at all. But anybody who followed on Twitter yesterday, we played the Nationals and Mets over 8.5, and we kind of had some fun with it in regards to why it is so brutally difficult to bet Major League Baseball. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Okay. And watch across the league, because there are 2 ways that teams go about playing a Major League Baseball game. Number 1, normal baseball, what you're used to. Number 2, they're playing pitch count patty cake, focus the first 5 innings on nothing but getting the starting pitcher out of the game, the opposing starting pitcher, meaning that they'll take the first 5 innings of a game and they don't care if they strike out. That does not matter. The only thing that matters is driving the pitch count up. All right. So I want you to pay attention to this, because the Mets do it all the time. The Nationals do it all the time. That's why you see these teams score 0 runs, 2 runs. Did you notice the Nationals didn't score runs until the 7th, 8th, 9th inning last night? It's normally what the Mets do as well. That's because they spend the first 5 innings focused solely on pitch counts and getting the starting pitcher out. Now, it rarely works. It's a very stupid plan, but a lot of teams, they do it. They do it. So that's why it's so difficult, because you have one team that's playing a 9-inning game and you have one team that's playing a 4-inning game. It messes with totals. It messes with money lines. It messes with all that. So we're going to play the Nationals Mets over 9. Okay. Minus 105. Now I'm going to show you what we put together yesterday on Twitter, and I want you to pay attention to these metrics. All right. So when you're live betting a baseball game, all right, I want you to pay attention early. Teams that are looking at first pitch strikes, all right? Teams that are hitting with 2 strike counts. These teams will lose all the time because they are focused on all of the wrong things. And if you don't believe me, go back to yesterday, all right, in Major League Baseball, and go look at the Mets game, okay? Go look at it and see exactly when and why the runs were scored in that game. 10 of the 12 runs were scored with less than 2 strikes. All right. That's the problem, is that when these teams focus on pitch counts, they're trying to hit with 2 strikes and then try to hit with 2 outs. Historically, you're going to hit 160, right? And they do this the entire game. So if you're finding that it is brutally difficult to bet Major League Baseball, that's exactly why, because they're not even playing Major League Baseball. They are playing a completely different game for the first 5 innings, just trying to get the other team's starting pitcher out of the game.
So maybe we start looking at game totals and kind of lay off the first 5s, lay off the first 3s just a little bit, because we don't really know what's going on there, is what I got away from that. Is that correct,
Yeah,
AB?
it's tough. Like, I know I just threw a bunch at you, but like, use those things that I just put on the screen, all right? And then just watch. You can live bet almost any game. because you will completely understand right from the beginning. Also, if anybody's in New York, put in the chat what it feels like. It is an absolute sweat box out there. Wind is blowing way out.
Straight out.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right. I always like when we go a little bit next level here on DTL, like we just did right there. Mets Nationals go over 9 with all that. Seabass, new strategy, F3 and F5 under. There you go, Seabass. See, vacation treating you well, sir. You're thinking straight. You're thinking clear. You got that mountain air. At least I think you're in the mountains. All right, we've got some topics today as we get through July. As I mentioned yesterday, we're going to start 24 weekdays out to start with our full NFL previews. That is coming, but that is not today. It is now time to educate, entertain. How about a shout out to Plus Money Sports? Been here from the jump. Congratulations, 5 months as a premium crew member. I can't wait for DTL After Dark 3 nights a week in the fall. And Plus Money, you'll be a part of that. If you guys want to be a part of it, you can join anytime. We welcome you. All right, so AB, futures are always a big thing. Who's going to coach is always a big thing. One of the most remarkable sound bites or stories that I've ever seen came out yesterday. And you pointed it out nicely because I had kind of forgotten it this morning. But Oklahoma State is always in the run for the Big 12 championship, potentially for national championships. Mike Gundy's become an institution at Oklahoma State. And then this came out. Ollie Gunther's, I think his last name. Gunther, correct? I believe it's Gunther. He gets a DUI. Young kid from Oklahoma State. I want to make sure I get his name correct. Ollie Gordon. Sorry, Ollie Gordon. All right, so Ollie Gordon gets a DUI at .11. The legal limit is .08. When addressing the media, Gundy says, it was a weight issue. He got a DUI because of how much he weighs compared to the alcohol. That took it to .11. Hell, I've done that 1,000 times in my life. Everything stood still as if nobody could realize what he just said. But essentially, he said that he has driven drunk at least 1,000 times in his lifetime. Should Mike Gundy continue to be the coach at Oklahoma State after this?
Mike Gundy is actually kind of playing next level chess. So here's what he's doing. His star running back gets a DUI. He jumps out there, says, I can't suspend him. I've done this thousands of times. Now Oklahoma State's like, well, should we suspend him? Right? Here's the thing. Mike Gundy, first off, you can't say that out loud. Representing a college that's, represented by the state. Yeah, that's a tough sentence to put out there for, kids to go out and drive drunk, right? What he's doing, though, is he's taking the heat off of Gordon and he's putting it on himself so that he doesn't have to suspend him. Again, it's a strategy, but look at Mike Gundy's at. All of his rivals in the Big 12 are gone. All of them. Texas is gone. Oklahoma's gone. This is his time. And he's like, I can't afford any suspensions. I can't afford anybody out. It is our time to win, and we're going to do it this year. So he's all in. But this is what he's doing. He's taking the heat for his guy because now the conversation is about Mike Gundy and not Ollie Gordon.
It is crazy, Raphael, after everything AB just said, and we really let it resonate for a second. He is an absolute OG in the Big 12, and all these other places are going away. And the one thing he has in his back pocket is that the one man, the billionaire who funds all of Oklahoma State sports, loves this guy. And he has dodged bullets all along the way because that billionaire loves this guy. Will that billionaire save Mike Gundy this time?
Yes, because whatever AB just said was 100% correct. That he's just saving the kid. Gundy knows that he has a lifeline. That the big boss that's giving all the money loves him. And maybe he realized that Oklahoma State is probably the only thing left in that conference. I mean, where they're going to have a rival against BYU, UCF, Cincinnati. There's no big names on that one. But I just think he wanted to lay some pressure off the kid and put the pressure back on him. and then try to help this kid. But first of all, you can't say that in any kind of a press conference or meeting or anything. So I feel bad. I think he probably didn't mean to say it that way, just came out that way. But I agree. He took the pressure off the kid, and hopefully no one gets suspended. And I don't think anyone's going to get suspended, because if they would have, it would have been out already that they get suspended.
Yeah, that's true. To be clear, I say T. Boone Pickens, he still has the foundation, and they still control a lot of money, even though he passed away a few years ago. But he's controlled that place for years and years, all the way back to when I was going there. One of my best friends, my roommate, actually, freshman year of college, went to Oklahoma State, was one of the basketball assistants who actually was on the plane for the plane crash back in 2001, I think. So I've been tied very close to this university for years and years and years. And they're kind of stuck in a part of the country where they kind of avoid everything. They live in this bubble. And Mike Gundy is always, whether it's, I'm a man, I'm 40, come at me. He's always been able to kind of dodge the bullets. We'll see if the bullets are dodged this time. Now, we will start to take a look at future betting in the NBA probably in September or October, but we love when we see a championship mentality. We talk about Paul George going to the Sixers just because he got more years and more money, and what are players' motivations now, and the MJs and the Kobes, and then AB, Chris Paul. Mister, I played 20 years. I'm one of the great point guards of all time, but I have no titles. He came out yesterday and he admitted that going to the San Antonio Spurs was about playing time over chasing a ring. When you hear a player who doesn't have one, who just came off a contract making in the 30s of millions of dollars a year, say this, what's your take?
I'll tell you exactly what Chris Paul is doing. It's not about playing time. It's about coaching time. That's what he's doing. That's the next guy that's going to be a head coach in the NBA. And he knows, all right, go down there. He's already saying it now. He's already getting the coach speak down now. He's practicing it. CP3 is a smart guy. And he knows that going down there, hang out with Pop, get himself involved in that circle. Yeah. He saw what JJ Redick just did. That's where the money's at.
There are such a big coaching tree at San Antonio. I think AB just nailed the nail on the head. An $11 million apprentice fee, I guess, is what they're doing down there in San Antonio. And he'll have the reigning rookie of the year. But Raphael, they are not going to win. And he admitted as much yesterday. I guess that's part of this that I can't believe, that he was like, I know they're not a championship team, and I'm going there anyway. Your take?
Yeah, I agree with AB. Coaching tree this could be. I think someone in Las Vegas coaching the WNBA team has a word to say. Like, I think she wants that Spurs job before they give it to CB3. I just think that all those teams are fighting for a ring this year didn't want CP3. They didn't want it for a league minimum or whatever, veterans minimum, or what you want to call it. So he just said, hey, you know what? Let me go to coach go to San Antonio, learn some coaching style, get some playing time, be someone that Wemby can look up to, lob him everything and anything I can to get my assist totals skyrocket. So I just think he wants to be a head coach, and maybe that's where he's going to get his ring as a head coach, not as a player, because he ain't going to win anything in San Antonio anytime soon. So the coaching tree is good for over there. I mean, Pop always will learn to teach people how to be great coaches. We've seen the tree just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Shoot, Duncan was a head coach for a while, a couple of games in San Antonio before he got off the seat. So it's a perfect place to go and learn.
Yeah, Pop always does what Pop wants to do. Here's the problem, because Jeff says CP3 will be the first coach to have a knee injury. Jeff, you might be right. That's actually pretty funny. The problem is, JJ Redick hasn't been as disliked around the league as CP3, which is a very horribly kept secret that players don't really like playing with CP3. He's got the numbers because he's played for all the years, but he's not exactly a crowd favorite. He's part of that LeBron James clique of guys that if you get in, Draymond Green and those guys, that's who he's a part of. I don't think he's going to get a head coaching job anytime soon. I think that is why he went to San Antonio. But to come out and say that's what it is, I would rather play 15 minutes a game and win a ring than play 35 minutes a game for a 30-52 team. But I guess that's just me and not Chris Paul. All right, you guys, we have a really big live number watching today. Thank you all. You never know in the middle of July, so thank you all very much. Biggest show we've had live in a minute. Maybe that is because it's just us guys and not DG and Seabass. Maybe you'll have to think about that moving forward. They're not here. We are. Biggest live show in a minute. Very
AB's
interesting.
back from a suspension.
AB's back from a suspension. I think that plays into it a lot. No
yeah,
doubt
the
about it.
suspension. Yeah, and it was without pay too. So I mean, that one,
that's the worst.
that one was
I
tough.
had to bring the hammer down, AB. I had to bring the hammer down.
Let me just say this: you didn't hear any griping out of me. We respect the coach's rules and what goes on. All right, you take what you deserve and you keep going. Now, we don't have to answer it right now, but Scott in the chat does ask a good question to just think about. If you were playing in Major League Baseball, like what your walk-up song would be. Don't have to answer it now, but it's a great question that's fun to think about. So if anybody comes up with the ideas, feel free to throw them out.
I think we could let people like Big Cheesy, who've never had their own walkout music, like I haven't. I've had 2 walkout songs made for your boy, 2 of them. So I would have to pick one of my own. Since it's
who did them? Was it
out.
one of them like Yin Yang Twins or?
Yeah, Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
Yin Yang Twins. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I still get that $73 check every 3 months from the WWE. We go out for wings. Thank you.
Well, I was gonna say it's Outback night when that check comes in.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I laugh every single time. And by the way, yesterday I got so many people, and I'm kind of proud of this because I was the one that busted open the door from WWE to ESPN. Like nobody had ever done it. Oh, you're a wrestling guy. You got the wrestling stain, as people would say. And now you've got Joe Tessitore going to the WWE to reportedly do SmackDown. And if that's the case, he will not be doing college football. But that is shocking. And shows how far we've come since I did the reverse in 2008. I was the very first one to do it. I'm very proud of that. I really, really am. All right. Since our boys are just taking the chat unto themselves, we'll let DG and Seabass continue that. We need all of you hit that like button. I see how many people are watching. We don't have that many likes. It really helps the show grow. All right, if you weren't here at the top of the show, don't worry about it. We got you covered. In a little something we like to call the whip around. All right. This is always one of my favorite times. Betting and being fun. Who's going to go to the yard today? Here are our choices: Seager, Schwarber, Garcia, Lindor, and Alvarez. Raphael, where are we going, sir?
Well, I'm all about synergy. That's why we see a Schwarber hit a long one today at plus 250. So I'm going because I know the coach has the Phillies, and that means Schwarber's going to hit not 1 but 2. I'm saying he hits 2 home runs. So give me plus $5 for the 2 home runs.
I love how you always kiss up, Raphael. It's appreciated, sir. Thank you. Synergy. That big all right, though. All right, Charles, I had to switch it up a little bit today. You're going to go second. Who's going to go to the yard?
I'll take Francisco Lindor plus 330 in AB's game as well. I see runs. That one's already moved. It's already steamed up to 9.5, so it's moving. Live show makes movements as well. But some honorable mentions. I'll stay in that same game. Old Pistol Pete, Alonso, and Juan Soto. Take a look at those. It's Patrick Corbin Day for the Mets as well, and then Juan Soto down in the Trop. So. But for show purposes,
I just want to make sure because you've added a line today already to some of our branded lines, and I want to make sure we get this other one. Live show makes line movement. Is that what you want to go with, Charles?
Oh no, that was just off the rip. That's
that was off the cuff. That was
off the cuff. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't for branding purposes.
Coach, you see what you've created? It's a branding monster.
He's just sitting around every day going, what can I add to my already deep repertoire?
You know the crazy thing?
LSMA.
Yeah. The crazy thing is that, yes, we've got the stay on your toes, play. That's a new one. That
was a new one.
The honorable mention home runs have been going on for a little while. And I'm not kidding. They are lethal. They are hitting at a ridiculous rate. Like, the boy ain't messing around on them, man.
And what a shock. The chat has his back.
Yeah.
They're hating on me and you, AB, but the chat, they have his back. Big Cheesy says, Charles doesn't even try, and he nails it every time.
He does. That's the thing. Look, I will gladly Mike Gundy this and take all the heat because Charles is getting us paid on these. So go ahead.
Soupy, who just showed up, said that'll be Charles' email signature. Oh my God, you guys are too much. AB, who's going in the yard today?
All right. Well, first off, whoever Charles just said, bad thing is I forgot, so I'm going to need him to repeat. But no. Look, he's absolutely right. And again, Mark put it in the chat. And anybody that's in New York, anybody that's specifically in New York, but in the Northeast, humidity is like 80% today. The wind is all coming from the south, meaning almost all Major League Baseball stadiums, hint, hint, are facing north. That's how the league and these cities build the stadiums to face north so that the wind assists, except for like Chicago, right? The Cubs deal with a tough situation over there. But other than that, man, if you're in the Northeast, humidity's up, wind is up, bomb city. So I'm going to go Francisco Lindor. But if you're playing Pete Alonso, he is so due today. So due.
It's going to be an interesting day. A lot of day baseball. A lot of New York. And AB's right. If you've never been to New York, all the stadiums are faced that way right next to LaGuardia, the Mets stadium. And I went to the last game before they tore down the other stadium. And they were building this one while they were still playing in the other one. Imagine how that traffic was. They were parking people underneath the overpasses and stuff. It was the most crazy thing you've ever seen until they tore it down and made a parking lot out of it. Scott says, breaking news, there's a new DTL show coming called Conversations with Charles. Watch for it. I can only imagine. Charles, you are becoming a brand unto your own, sir. And I think you're the only person I've ever seen in sports betting with a white microphone. You're just different, man. You just roll different.
I thought it was
doing
silver.
me, Coach. Just doing me.
He says, I'm just doing me. Well, guess what? Today, he's doing him in the Euros 2024. Two big plays. Charles, will start right there.
Yeah, Netherlands, England, going right back to the same plays as yesterday. Both teams to score. I see 1-1 all over this match. So I'm going to pair that together with the draw. Hey, the exact score, 1-1's like plus 440 as well. You can also look at these teams to win in extra time or penalties. So I think this one has a real chance of getting to extra time.
I do too. I have a vision of a 1-1, and it may be a late England goal to shut out those dreams from Netherlands. That's what I see in my mind. I like that a lot. All right, Raphael, let me come over to you. We've got a prop, and we got a little summer league action today. Talk to me.
Yeah, but the DTL, whoever's running our thing, said the footlong at chocolate chip cookie footlong at Subway is one of the best things that's ever been created. I just saw that, so I highly recommend getting that. But give me Caitlin Clark over 32 points, rebounds, and assists, laying the 3 nickels. She put up 30 points against Washington and 18 points in back-to-back meetings already this year. Hit this prop number with ease. She's hit 3 out of 5, so I think she hits it again. But again, look for rebounds and assists to push this number over, not her points. And give me Miami minus 4.5 against the Lakers in Summer League. The Lakers scored 68 points against Golden State their second Summer League game. They're just awful, so I'm going to take the Heat minus 4.5 because they have 2 really good rookies. Their center, Ware, is going to be impressive.
I don't want to get AB going, and I'm not trying to get AB going, but there was a player that came out on X yesterday, and I don't know which one it is, but when players start going after other players, you know it's bad, and basically laid out how a second-round NBA draft pick doesn't get anywhere close to what Bronny James got with the Lakers, and blaming LeBron and his agent for pushing a 4-year, $7 million deal on the Lakers in the offseason. Crazy. Yes, AB.
Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, don't worry about that. Like, that's why, I took my suspension and we're good. And, no. We'll never get fired up about it again. The weird thing to think about is that LeBron James has another son, Bryce,
Correct.
Who is legit. Like, this one is going to be the LeBron James, like, legacy child, right? I'm fascinated to see how that comes because this guy's going to be a first-round pick. And, yeah,
it kind of feels like the Ball brothers. Remember, you had the really good one, then the second one missed, and then the third one ended up being the best one, the point guard. Mm-hmm. It kind of feels like that, minus the third kid. Of course, he only has 2. that we.
Hey, whatever happened to LeVar Ball? He's just gone.
He's just gone. Well, when your
Yeah.
kids stop playing because of injuries, you
Yeah.
don't have a lot of things to hold back.
I'm still
on.
waiting for my shoes. I'm still
Yeah, I was
waiting
gonna
for my
say, how's
shoes.
Big Baller Brand doing?
Yeah, so is everybody else. You know? All right, a lot of movement in the chat today. You guys have been really popping. That's what it's all about, having a good time. Don't forget that hit that like button for me. I've got 3 big plays before I come over to AB, and mine are all live on the show. You won't see them on the recap screen because a lot of you are getting lazy. But today, I love that number today, so maybe you guys heard me. Now, I got a winning play from the Scottish Open plus 7,000. Later tonight on my X, follow me at the Coach Rules. I'll be giving out 2 or 3 first-round plays because it starts in the middle of the night because it's in England. So I'll have a couple of first-round plays for you. Tomorrow morning, it'll almost be over by the time that we are on the air. So Ryan Fox, I like him. Just a little sprinkle. Don't go crazy, plus 7,000. Then 2 baseball plays today. The Phillies go back-to-back against the Dodgers, minus 140. They will crush them again, just like we cashed yesterday. And the Rangers playing out here at the Big 8. I think they get it done again. A lot of runs scored as well. I don't mind the over, but I'm backing the Rangers, minus 140. All right, AB, you're up, sir.
We're going. All right. You remember the song, You Paved Paradise, Put Up a Parking Lot. You're talking about City Field. Yep, that was a great song, and it's going to be a great game today out there in New York on the Nationals Mets. Over 9, minus 105. It should be Mash City. And remember, pay attention to teams that hit with 2 strikes and teams that watch the first pitch in this game. You will be able to immediately tell who and how to live bet.
I love it. Going next level. Instead of just taking the days where there's nothing going on to just try to get to football, we don't do that. We try to go next level in some way, shape, or form.
We'll do it live. Like, we'll do it live on Twitter. So, like, don't worry. I'll send out like the graphic thing so you can play along. And I know it's dumb and it's fun, but we hit the over last night literally by just playing this little game here. Like, I promise you, it absolutely works. And also, last part, LeVar Ball, when he walked onto first take in the middle of like all of the insanity, and he was just doing this. That was the funniest thing because even Stephen A was like, "My God, we've created a monster."
I will tell you this because I was there for 10 years. That the most craziest part about working at ESPN is you're kind of in a bubble, and you would see the most random people just walking down the hall. You'd walk past them and go, "Was that Arnold Palmer?" It was just like, it was crazy. So stuff like that, you see, LeVar Ball just walking in and getting makeup, and it was
like the commercial, like you just said, Coach. It was like those SportsCenter commercials where it's like,
100%.
Here goes the Florida Gator mascot. Here's Jack Nicklaus. Like, here's Ric Flair. You're like,
the first Christmas I was there, my parents came to visit. So we go to take a tour because it's super cool. It's like, we call it the campus. And I'm walking down on Christmas Day. What do they have? They have NBA. Who walks right around the corner? Magic Johnson. And back in the day, remember, he was on ESPN. He was so good at branding and marketing, ESPN didn't pay him a salary. They paid for the gas in his private jet to fly back and forth from LA. So a lot of the guys would hop on his jet when they'd have to go somewhere, so they didn't have to fly commercial, and they'd fly with Magic on his plane. And he was on TV, so it helped his businesses grow. Starbucks, all those cinemas, that's what Magic did. Super smart. He said, I don't need the paycheck. I need the branding. And that's what he got. Gentlemen.
Brilliant.
Go ahead, AB.
No. I was just like, I was just saying, like that's just brilliant. And the guy's very smart. Yeah.
All right. Charles, I'll be texting with you about Euro 2024. Let's have at least one goal on that side. Raphael, today's a big day, big boy. I got you. All right, it's time for the closing bell. Big Cheesy says, to think we're coaching AB were a year ago. This is much better now. Big Cheesy, truer words have never been spoken. Thank you, my guy. All right. Where are we going to play to go? We just hit 500. Let's go. Where are we playing today? What is the crew play of the day?
The crew's feeling the Dodgers and the Phillies over 9. Big one by Philadelphia last night. Can the Dodgers bounce back? Can they get a few more runs? All right, and the Phillies, are they going to put up double digits? Great call. Love it. That's what they're going.
We're going to play both. We're going to play both. Isn't it amazing, AB, how we can have such a big live audience in the middle of July? Sometimes when you show up every single day, it matters. You know what I mean? This is awesome.
I do. Even though I'm coming off suspension, yes, I agree on that one. I'm showing up. Yep.
You have kind of been on your best behavior today. I've noticed that.
You know what? I follow the rules.
Oh, my goodness. All right. We appreciate all of you in the chat. AB, have a great day, sir. Producer man, I need my one shot. All right. It is Wednesday. Indeed, we have the Scottish Open tomorrow. We have a little baseball. We still have a little soccer. Maybe you're going to take a little bit of time off. Also, if you're going to be in the Atlantic City area this weekend, there's a big 90s, 2000s wrestling convention. Come out Friday night. We've got a live show at 8 o'clock or signing autographs on Saturday. I would love to see you all there. First one I've done in a really long time. So come out and see us. We'll see how that goes. So in the meantime, it is now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to be kind to one another, and understand every day is an important day and every single day matters. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My attacker, Lobo. The man from the Dirty Charles. My numbers guy, Raphael. My partner, the 5-tool player, AB, Seabass, DG, Soupy, all in the chat today grinding as we go 7 wide. And never forget about producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. That's what we're all about every single day. Don't forget about DTL Golf Live in your feed right now. Check it out at Driving the Line. Good luck.